first started off on keto dieting, I really did not know what kind of foods to have around. I read about having heavy cream, no milk, don't have this, don't have that, you need this, you need that. And I gradually had to pretty much figure out how to stock my shelves, my refrigerator. Now I have certain things that I keep in stock at all times. Of course, sometimes I'm going to run out, but it goes on my shopping list. Get some more. This is my keto kitchen. You're going to see what's in my pantry. You're going to see what's in my fridge. I actually am a professional organizer, so I like to keep things nicely organized and tidy so that I can see everything that's in my food cupboards. One of the things that I have are pull-out containers, storage containers and bins. Basically, I just keep cocoa. This is flaxseed, almonds, Brazil nuts, walnuts, and I can make porridge with this. I've got coconut milk powder, and I've got extra flaxseed meal that's unopened flaxseed, gelatin. And here's extra cocoa that I keep in this container. Oh, here's some extra cocoa powder. And this is actually Keto, and that's cocoa. And then I keep baking powder and baking soda, and that's all in this container. So when I'm baking, I can just pull this out. Makes it very handy. Now also on this upper shelf here, I keep my almond flour, the sweetener, which is Swerve. I've got coconut flour, hazelnut meal flour, Swerve confectioner, and I have coconut flakes. So these are the items that are on the upper shelf that I use a lot, especially for baking. I have a Lazy Susan, and this is where I keep, the clarified ghee, the butter, and I keep sunflower seed spread and coconut peanut butter spread. My coconut oils are here, and my supplements are there. And then this is my chocolate shelf. I like a lot of chocolate, so I keep my lilies. I always have to have a stock of this because I never know if I'm going to melt some of these and have strawberries with chocolate or anything like that. And these are my Baker's chocolate bars stacked up nicely there. Well, this is some chocolate frosting I made for my brownies the other day, so that's why that's sitting here. This is where I keep, coconut milk, coconut cream, keep my pestos, and I've got my bone broth here. Here's some more broth. This is more bone broth. I keep my marinara sauces here. This is a cool thing. It's from Hunt's, all natural, and 2 tablespoons of tomato paste come in a packet, which is great for a recipe that calls for a couple tablespoons of tomato paste. I've got my canned salmon, canned tuna, and canned chicken on this shelf as well. I've got black olives because that's high in fat. I like to put that in salads, on pizzas. Over here, that whole row is lined with nuts. So I've got nuts in containers all stacked up here so that when I'm making something that requires nuts, I've got my nuts. This is the chips. When I open a bag, I like to put it in a jar because I don't like open bags. And here's my butter. Now on the bottom shelf, I have a pull-out container, so it acts like a drawer. I keep all my snacks in there, and I also keep ground up pork rinds. Keep that on hand. Cheese bites, just made with cheese. Anyway, I keep all my snacks down here. I also have an extra supply of broth in the bigger containers that didn't fit on my other shelf, so I keep broth down on the bottom shelf. I have another pantry type area here. This is also used a lot in baking. There are things that I just couldn't fit in my pantry. Good thing I had this doohickey. But I keep whey protein isolate here, my organic psyllium husk, and the Calm doggy treats. Now my fridge you might notice another Lazy Susan up here. I have flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, bacon bits. Sauces, I have a thing of yogurt on there. I've got my Parmesan cheese. I keep a thing of eggs over there. This is basically, most of it is foods that I've cooked, so, and they're in storage containers. I like to always keep whipped cream, so I make whipped cream a lot because I have it with my raspberries and blackberries and blueberries. This is my shredded cheese container. Got this bin here, deli ham in here. Down here are my veggies, and I keep all my veggies in there. My condiments, excluding my dog food. My egg whites are here. I opened up a can of olives. Tezeme's creamy ranch. I've got my syrup. Oh yeah, maple flavored syrup. It's made with monk fruit. And then I keep my drinks and my stuff over here. I've opened this, so that's in here. I've used my pumpkin puree in a recipe, so that's over here. My iced tea. The main things to keep in stock is your heavy cream for your coffee, your bulletproof coffee. If you want to make whipped cream, this goes in a lot of recipes, that kind of thing. You want to make sure that your heavy cream is organic and doesn't have carrageenan in it. It's a bad ingredient that goes in a lot of the heavy creams, so you want to avoid that when you're shopping. Sometimes I've had to make my own mayonnaise. I found Chosen Foods carries an avocado mayonnaise blend that is pretty good. So if you can find this online or in your store, that would be great. Always keep cream cheese and cheese. Now if you don't eat dairy, you're not going to be eating cheese, but I'm big on cheese, so that's in here. And those are the main things I stock up in the refrigerator. This is my freezer section, and I have another storage bin that works like a drawer in here, and I just put in all my vegetables. If I run out of fresh and I haven't been to the store, I know I could go in here and grab it. This shelf is my frozen berries. So I've got a lot of berries that I can put in smoothies. I keep frozen onions in there because if I don't always buy an onion and if the recipe calls for it, I've got it. This is from Trader Joe's. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else. It's not a Trader Joe's brand, but it's crushed garlic, and each of these little puppies is 1 garlic clove. So it's easy to throw in. If a recipe calls for 2 garlic cloves, you just plunk in 2 of these babies. Not nice. And then I have my fish drawer, so I've got all kinds of packaged frozen fish. And on the very bottom shelf are my meats. There you have it. In your cupboard, make sure you always have your almond flour, your coconut flour, the flours that you use when you're baking. Did I not show you stevia? I always have my stevia. I always have my tea, and I like raspberry red zinger tea, and that's my food department. And lastly is the spice cabinet. Guess what? I have some more Lazy Susans here. Up here, the oils, and another turntable here with my coconut aminos and my extracts. I have more spices on this cabinet, little cabinet there. The last thing that I want to mention to you in regard to keeping your pantry and refrigerator stocked is when you're running low on something and you see you're going to run out, or even if you actually run out because you've used it in a recipe, I like to keep this notepad on the refrigerator so that I can jot down what I need at the store the next time I go. So now you've pretty much seen and heard all the food items that I keep around for my keto cooking lifestyle. Now, I didn't buy all this stuff overnight. These are things I get gradually, and as I run out, it goes on the shopping list. So you're not spending a fortune. Next time, I'm going to show you what I have around my kitchen, although it's not going to be food, it's going to be my kitchen gadgets. That's next time.